On a different level, we do have this just came down in the last maybe 90 seconds, 5 minutes tops. Jason Kidd posting a thank you Dallas note on his Twitter less than 5 minutes ago as I look at the timestamp here. In particular saying, I want to sincerely thank the Mavericks organization, the players, coaches, staff, front office, ownership, and every employee behind the scenes who put their heart into this team every single day. Had a shout out to the fans. Thank you for embracing me and supporting this team with so much passion. To the city of Dallas, thank you for welcoming my family and me with open arms. The friendships and memories created here will stay with us forever. While this chapter comes to an end, I leave with nothing but gratitude and respect for everyone who was a part of this journey. So Jason Kidd with a note for all of Dallas the day after it becomes official that he will not be the Dallas Mavericks head coach going forward as Masai Ujiri and the Mavericks organization decide to move on. The mutual parting of ways as it was cast by the organization, and Jason Kidd is on to something else. You got to imagine somebody, whether it's, I don't know if it's necessarily this offseason and the openings that are presently available, but at some point somebody else is going to pick him up and he'll have a fourth coaching job in the NBA because he has had success. He did lead this Mavs team to the NBA Finals. He did lead this Mavs team to the Western Conference Finals a couple of years prior. So there are skins on the wall. There is experience there. There is success there. I know a lot of people want to put that success in Luka Doncic's bucket, and that's fair, but he was the head coach for those two runs, and somebody just on the strength of that is going to give him an opportunity.
Yeah, but this is also now, the third team that has parted ways with him, so he's quickly becoming the James Harden of head coaches.
That's a tough label, man.
Listen, I mean, at some point you got to fit in and stick somewhere for an extended period of time if you want that legacy. And listen, he had a good run here. He really did. I mean, when the teams were good, he helped elevate them, to Western Conference Final, NBA Finals. That's not easy to do. No. And then he was dealt a disgusting hand his final, 16 months as head coach. And quite frankly, from Kidd's perspective, I think obviously he'd want to coach a team with Kyrie and Cooper Flagg and kind of see it out. And he's got history in Dallas. But I think for his own sake, whether he might agree with it or not, I think it's probably the best for him. Because whether he was a part of that Luka trade or not, or, he says 11th hour, and whether he was involved at the 9th hour,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. There's going to be fans.
You are attached to it.
And it only gets furtherfied. Is that a word?
Fortified?
Furtherfied.
Furtherfied.
I'm making it up. It only gets...
I'm following.
I'm down with it. It only gets enhanced when you see Luka just not even act like Kidd exists during games. That was a lot of what we talked about. Post games, yeah. And so when you factor that into the equation, Mavs fans there are some that are going to respect what Kidd accomplished and are going to be like, why are you getting rid of this guy? But there are a lot of them that are also feeling it's the right move. It's time to move on. You were one of the bodies in an image that will live in Mavs infamy of him and Nico at that press conference in Cleveland after the trade. This is good for him. It's good for them. And again, it's not like Jason Kidd was Phil Jackson. Okay, it's not like you're letting go of some multi-championship winning head coach. Okay, he's good.
He's not even Rick Carlisle.
He's good, but he's not somebody that you need to bend over backwards to try to keep.
And I don't say that to besmirch Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle's a great coach in the NBA. He's one of the top 3, 4, 5 coaches in the league. He's an elite coach that has won championships and taken multiple teams to the NBA Finals. So, I don't say that to besmirch him in any way. But, yeah, Kidd is not he's not on that level. He's a good coach, but he's a coach that for a lot of Mavs fans was always going to be tethered to this move. We pulled back up the press conference clips from that February 2nd in Cleveland last year, and Nico says in the press conference, talks about how Kidd supported the trade, which has kind of been lost in these last 15, 16 months since that all happened, and there's been so much conjecture about whether or not Kidd supported the move or whether or not Kidd had anything to do with the move. Whatever, to your point, whatever hour he knew about it, He knew about it at some
Some
point
point.
and didn't go, whoa, we're not doing this, because that should have been the response from anybody. If you found out about it at the 11th hour, that means you didn't find out about it at the 12th hour. You found out about it before it was official. The wheels may have been in motion. All these conversations between Nico Harrison and Rob Pelinka had happened, but you knew about it before it was called into the league office and made official. And you didn't go, no, we're not doing this.
Had Mark Cuban
like Cuban did, and I do believe
Yes.
Mark Cuban finding out at the absolute last minute and trying to stop it.
He would have done anything in his power to be like, we're not doing that.
Don't do this. What are you doing? Yeah.
Yes.
And Kidd probably should have done that if he was against it,
But he wasn't.
or he was complicit. And sometimes complicit just makes you just as guilty.
And for Mavs fans, I think that's exactly what it was. And for that reason,
That's your ticket
this
out
was
of here.
this was something that needed to happen.